Right, let's see if we can get a game. I leave it at plus minus 500. I have no idea how I'm playing. When I'm playing, that could be very easy opponent, very hard opponent. I don't believe anyone below 1800 rating has ever accepted one of my offers. Right. Oh, I've been learning the Grunfeld, so give me a Grunfeld, please. May not end up, oh, so far so good. Here, knight, Grunfeld! I've been trying to learn the Grunfeld, so give me a Grunfeld, please. Knights, no! Alright, I'm gonna do this, because you're not threatening e4 yet. This is not Grunfeld. Alright, oh well. This is like Catalan. Alright, I'll make it as Grunfeldy as possible. This is the problem. I mean, I've learnt the Grunfeld to some degree, and oh, I shouldn't have done that, should I? Learnt the Grunfeld to some degree, and I'm still not convinced that's a bad move, taking Neo. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Should I have taken that with the queen? Nah. It's very hard to actually get a game. Everyone plays other things. That's the real problem with studying openings. You get good at all these theoretical openings. All right, here, here, here. Knight here. Is that any good? You're going to boot it. I don't know if I want a knight on that square without getting that in. Go back. If I go back and hit the pawn, you go here. Pawn push. I don't know, it's kind of Grunfeld-y. I mean, it's interesting. Knight here, I think, is the usual line. It allows this. That's an interesting square. Okay, so knight here. Thing is, pawn push you take. So here, I'm anticipating here. I think maybe I'll do this pawn push. Actually, because my bishop and queen hit here, I got this kind of removal of defender. Let's do this line. It's probably the best. So you've got no ability to attack this pawn. Here. So I'm threatening to take this knight and take the pawn. What will the white do? Pawn push maybe. Do I want to do this immediately, or this immediately, or this immediately? Here, pawn push. Now my bishop opens up. Not too upset about that. Here, pawn push, pawn. Might be all right. I don't know. I feel like sooner or later I'm going to do that, so why not do it now? You've got, yeah, all right, here we go. So this is Grunfeld style, right? I don't know, this could count as a Grunfeld. You give your opponent a center, and then you go and undermine it. So here, what do I go here, 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 here? So we've got weaknesses now. I don't know, I kind of like the idea of knight here. So here, let's say take, if you take with the bishop here. Interesting, I don't know. Or should I just try to undermine it like this? So I presume you won't take. But if you don't take, then what do? I think you kind of want to do that, right? Maybe you'll take as after I move here. So here, pawn push, maybe that. I want to take, I think you take with the pawn. So my knight can't go there. I do have this. Wins a pawn. No, your bishop defends the pawn too, doesn't it? Alright, so here. I think I have to take it. Here. Sorry. Here, take. Here. My arrows! Sorry, I don't have a proper mouse pad. Alright, so here, I assume here. Knight there. Getting the bishop. I guess you'll put your bishop back. And maybe you will get this in easily. Did that help me? I don't know. I'll do pawn push. My opponent seems to be doing fine in this opening. So I've misplayed what I wanted to be a Grunfeld. Alright, I need the bathroom. Pause for a second. Right. Alright, so definitely want to take. Queen takes. So queen takes, keeps an eye on that. Is there any way to get a knight to that square? Here. It's a bit zigzaggy, isn't it? Do I want to take here? If you have a pawn on that square, is it a strength or a weakness? Knight there, second attacker. Maybe it's a weakness. I'm going to take the pawn. This becomes a little weak though. But here, should I do this? So you can't pawn push. Oh, you got this, don't you? Maybe I need to blockade it first. So if I go here, take. Not scary, my knight defends there. So that's a natural move. I can go to this square, or this square, or this square. Here I expect you to castle. Maybe I'll just attack the pawn again. Or should I take, then attack the pawn? That doesn't help me at all. I feel like a Grunfeld player would never even ask that question. How dare you ask that question? Unless there's a fork. Here. Is that an option? Or here. Ugh, my mouse is all over the place. So here, if you castle, I go here. So you can't play rook because you get the fork. So maybe that's an option. And my queen is still attacking there. Maybe you can do this though. Is that an inferior square? Maybe. Yeah, kind of inferior square. All right. Here. Queen. I don't think you have to move there. You can move to another square. Maybe knight there is fine. It's not a bad square for a knight. It's got two good options here and here. Now, I don't have to do it immediately, but I can do it immediately. Rook here comes with a threat of winning this pawn. It's not a great threat. I'm not going to do it, but it comes with a threat. Maybe my opponent would be like, yeah, all right, do it. Go on. Getting the rook off that line makes a lot of sense too. Oh, it's not really a threat, is it? Your queen also defends laterally. I'd need to sneak in something like this too. So if I play here, is it Do you go there? All right, we'll do that because I feel like I'm not going to regret that move. Makes it harder for you to do things along here. It just asks the question. Do I want to play knight, knight, knight here, blockading that pawn? I might want to do that. All right. Yeah, my opponent has this whenever they choose, which I don't like, but I also don't hate. So bishop here. All right, knight here. You can take it now, but I don't think you want to. Pawn push. No, I don't like that at all. So knight here attacking the pawn. All right, knight here. I don't think I'm afraid of that. I can come here. It attacks your queen. I don't think you'll take, but if you take, I'm not unhappy with that. Yeah, after there I can come here, can I? Oh, I need to be aware of that and that. Yeah, I'll do this. And my bishop could blockade the pawn. I don't think you're going to take. If you go here, I've got this as well on the table. Yeah, Grunfeld lines, this is Grunfeld-ish. Grunfeld lines tend to be quite tactical. My opponent is playing very well. I guess they're a strong player. Here, here. They're playing very fast as well. What do you do after that? Can you go here, maintain your attack? My rook is double defended, right? But if you go there, I could also just do this one. Yeah, here I hit the pawn. This is very loose. Nevertheless, bishop there defends the pawn. It's pretty solid. I guess I can pre-move bishop takes. I'm not doing anything else other than bishop takes if you take my knight. Queen here. Is queen there an option? I'm not sure. It could be. Threatens my knight. Yeah, queen there. I guess I just do this. Rook. What do I do with this? Bishop. But then you get that. So bishop there is not a solid defense against this. So here, here, rook. At the same time, this defends the knight. You can pin it, pawn. I don't really want to give up my Catalan bishop. I call it the Catalan bishop. Nevertheless, queen a looks pretty good to me. I kind of feel like my opponent will play that. I don't anticipate this. Giving up the two bishops for no obvious advantage here. Oh, hold on. No, because I go here, don't I? If you go knight there, then that pawn is just hanging. So, all right, bishop takes, rook across, bishop defends pawn, knight here. Yeah, I can't take with the queen. If I want to take that, I take there. It allows this pin. But I just defended, don't I? This bishop's defended by my queen. No, it's not adequately defended. Yeah, that's a bit risky. That's too risky, isn't it? I don't think I'll be able to hold on to it. All right, bishop takes. Let's say rook here, knight here. All right, I have to take it. Okay, so rook across here. No, you've got this. Rook across. Well, I could do this. And then just go here, attack this pawn a second time. Here, take here. How's that? That might be all right. It's not the end of the world. I'm still a bit cramped, but not the end of the world. All right, maybe, do I have to do this? I don't really want your knight to become active on this square, and my bishop can't do anything about it. Pawn push. All right, take. Here, attack that pawn. It's pretty simple, but it might work. So let's say rook defends it. Knight here. It's not a bad square for the knight. That could be all right. If I get my knight on that square, something like that, yeah. No, maybe I just do knight here. I don't know, maybe queen here is better just because it's attacking. That's adequately defended. Knight here. I mean, it's nice because it covers that square. It's defended, but you can do things like this. If you go here, I can just defend. Pawn push. So you can't do this, I take it. Can't do that, I take it. Rook, I take it. Yeah. Pawn push. So I think you have to take this. I take, revealing an attack on your queen. If you take here, hitting there as well. I take here, hitting here. Everything's very weak. I can't do that, I think. Queen here, no, knight here. I don't want you to pawn push and protect that pawn. Queen there, knight there. Does seem quite decent. Let's do queen there. It also defends that pawn. So here I can take, right? Defends that pawn if that's necessary. So knight there looks decent to me. If I get a knight outpost on that square, it should be quite strong. Knight here, that should be all right. Is this pawn a strength or a weakness? I don't know. So you need to do something about this. Rook here might be a move to double up. Rook here, no, because I'm going here. This is not so weak. I don't really need my rook defending that. Unless you get another attacker in, something like that, but it's not going to happen. So my rook can just defend. Could also, oh, rook over there, attacking here. What do you do? What do you do? All right, so if you do something like passive defense, rook, you can do pawn. I don't really want to take. Oh, I can take it, can I? It's defended by 2 pieces. You can start attacking, but I defend with a pawn. And once the pawn's defending it, I don't care that it's pinned. That might be fine. It is a Grunfeld-esque position, even if it was misplayed. But then again, Grunfelds are notoriously misplayed. If you look at all the master games, you see a lot of master games where it's the computer's like mistake, 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 mistake. All right. So rook here, threatening knight takes pawn. You can't defend there. How do you protect this pawn? Here I take, and I think I can defend that bishop. And by bishop, I mean knight. I think I can defend it by pawn push. This. All right, so here, here, here. I want to pawn push to defend it. You're going to try and stop me. I'm going to pawn push. Yeah, should be all right. I don't think you can pile up fast enough on it. So here, attacking that pawn. I don't think this is worth considering, right? Pawn, take, taking. No, it's not worth considering, right? Here, here. It's a Grunfeld. It's going to be full of tactics. At least I got all my pieces active. I'm meant to be undermining the pawn center, and I feel like I'm doing that. Sure, it's defended twice, but it's defended by the queen in like first. First in line for defense is the queen, which means you don't want to do that. So that's got something going for it. Yeah, a knight and a rook for a pawn and a queen is pretty winning. So if you have to passively defend, I will be pretty happy. I don't want you to do pawn push. I'll probably play knight here. Try to get an outpost, something like this. Queen there is also an option. So if passive defense, queen here, bishop attacks queen, it gives up this pawn. That allows you to counterattack. Well, I'm not so keen on that, but this pawn is now undefended. So, that's a little complicated, isn't it? How can I make it less complicated? Here, I could go here. Attacking that again. Attacking this, maintaining the attack on this. If here is still possible. And now, yeah, no scary pins. Is there a less tactical way of just taking that pawn? I'm not sure. And if you ever do this, I don't think I'm scared. I would be scared if you could get your rook here and attack my queen and threaten checkmate at the same time. But, yeah. All right. We have an interesting game. I misplayed the opening, but the middle game seems to have, I don't know. given me reasonable chances. I don't think I'll get better chances than this. This is the kind of position I'm hoping for. Tactics all over the board. You want to be aggressive. Queen there defends the pawn too, doesn't it? Queen there. So I can't take, because now you've got adequate... Oh, hold on. Hold on. Yeah. Undermining a strong center, an initially strong center. Hypermodern chess. I'm not sure what white can do, actually. I'm not sure. There's just a lot to calculate. Like here, maybe I can actually just take it and win back the bishop next move. Pawn, take. So if you take, you have to deal with that. King moves somewhere. It might be all right for you though. Your pawn, you've got a very advanced pawn. So maybe I shouldn't do that. Queen there, take. Oh, hold on, recalculating. Here, pawn. Here. Can I just take, and win this pawn? Like, let's Ellie Aiken's gun it. How do I do that? I think I have to do this, don't I? That pawn changes everything, unfortunately. I need to double up on there. My rook's over here. Can I just go back? Double win. Yeah, I can win that pawn like that, right? You'll win one of these pawns. I think that'd just be a draw though. All right, so queen here, knight takes, bishop takes, pawn attacking the pinned piece. Are there any shenanigans? Bishop takes, take the queen, rook takes. So, okay, first let's check the shenanigans. King moves. So you want to check me so your queen is no longer attacked, but I don't think you can. Yeah, I think that's fine. All right, so queen here, knight takes, bishop takes, pawn, push. Pawn push, pawn takes bishop, pawn takes pawn, queen takes, rook takes, queen takes check, king to one of those squares, rook c7, defending here. The idea is I'm going to double up here. Ideally, I don't want to give away a pawn. If I can do this, you've got basically 0 chances of winning as white. But you can simply attack that pawn. And I need to find a way to win this pawn without giving up a pawn on the queen side, which might be possible. All right. You could counterattack. No, because this defends. That doesn't work. So here, you'll have to take it. Queen takes. All right, you defend it. So first of all, what's going on here? Does something bad happen if I take that pawn? You take this pawn? This is not adequately defended. Yeah, so white's idea is my queen's defending here. Queen takes. So if you take here immediately, it threatens checkmate over here. So I have to take your queen. You'll take with the bishop. That's not good for me, is it? It's not great. Maybe I can play rook here. No, you're cleaning up over here as well. All right, so I don't think I can take. Yeah, rook there is just too strong. All right, so the original plan was knight here. Yeah, this is very Grunfeld. It's like, oh, lots of pressure and tactics and unique attacking methods. How do I didn't defend this. I thought it was all right. So first of all, take. Nothing, right? I can take here, but nothing. Here. Queen takes here. I can go rook here. My knight guards that square. So you probably want to do that, I guess. Then I can do rook takes. Very hard to hold on to all these pawns. Not a great position to be in. Right, knight here. Can you pile up on there? Potentially. What will you do? Queen here or queen here? So let's say queen here. Hitting that a second time. All right. I mean, knight. So queen takes. This is undefended now. My knight defends that square and that square. Kind of nice. Not a bad blockade. All right, let's do that. Knight on that square is okay. Oh, I didn't think about this. No, I can still take with the knight. Yeah, I want my knight on that square. Where it defends here, and then we can take here. All right. Pause for a second. Right, where are we? Lots of excitement on this board. Here we go. Oh, I like it. Yeah, so this is also something White needs to think about. I'm not really anticipating that being a great move, but it attacks the queen. Knight there. So knight, and just take here. Seems okay. Those pawns are not defending each other, so I'm trying to make them and keep them as weak as possible. Queen there might also be a move. Yeah, so the idea was here, queen takes here. Is that good? Maybe it's not good. So this is almost certainly not going to be any good. Here, maybe I should take and then take here. My knight defends here and here. It's a bit passive, but the pawn blocks. It's quite well blockaded by that knight. So here, queen takes, rook takes this pawn. Rook takes here. Now, not a big fan of your rook being on there, but I mean, my rook can get active as well. You can go here. or here. All right. So let's be more precise. Knight here. Queen takes, rook takes, rook takes. So maybe you want to kind of double up or something. Double up. So my... can I just go king across? That's a dark colored square. It's okay. How is the pawn a strength or a weakness? And then it's definitely very Grunfeld. I can create a pass pawn on the queen side. Let's do it. I don't know. It should be educational at the very least. Yeah, my knight defends... my rook defends the knight. Yeah, I don't think you can push. You could defend. I didn't think about what would happen if you defended it. Maybe I need to go and defend too. You don't want to defend, but if defend here, queen takes, I can take here. I mean, that knight is an amazing defender. I need to be very careful though, because this rook defends that rook, this rook defends the knight. Very tangle, a bit of a tangle. But take. You do have a rook on the 7th, and it's kind of hard to adios that rook. But maybe I can just go back, do something like that. Might be enough. But at the same time, maybe I want counterplay. Your pawn is both a strength and a weakness. The pawn kind of is a pass pawn protected by the bishop, yet at the same time it is kind of effectively blockaded. These are on dark colored squares, so you can't attack them with the bishop. Yeah. If I can get my pawns rolling, create an outside pass pawn, that might give me some decent counterplay. This is one of these sort of, I don't know how to evaluate positions. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the Grunfeld is filled with such positions. Right, so if you defend, is that a move? Pawn here, here, hitting the bishop. I'm pretty sure you don't want to give up the bishop. My knight's now on a not a great square. If you defend, I mean, I can just say, all right, I'll defend too. Your bishop can't get at that rook. Problem is, if you defend, I defend, pawn push, and I don't want that pawn push. But then again, I can kind of maneuver my knight over here in that line. That might not be a bad square as well. I want dark square monopoly. I want all the dark squares. All the dark squares belong to me. Ooh. Hold on. No. Lots to calculate. Both me and my opponent, my opponent and I are spending lots of time calculating. Rook defends pawn. All right, so queen here is an option. You can't take because that. Is there anything better? So what happens if I go there? This is completely undefended now. Not a huge fan of that. Yeah, so this is a genuine threat now, is it? Hold on, it's not. Because it's tactically unsound. Rook here. You take my queen, I take that. And then I recapture my queen. So you're not really threatening that. Alright, so do I want to do pawn push and put my knight on that square? Well, here, it's still tactically unsound, is it? Or is that a good square for my queen? So, and I reserve that for my knight. Pins that pawn, which means this is also interesting. Queen here. It undefends this pawn. Alright, what if I do pawn push? So here, rook across. Definitely tactically unsound, right? If your queen can't move to defend this rook. If you take something, I take your queen. And if you take my queen, I take that with an in-between move and defend a recapture. Here, just put it on a dark square. Or the alternative is here. Just, if this ever happens, yeah. Actually, maybe that's better. I'm getting my pawns moving. And it makes that hard. All right, let's do that one. That seems to be the more aggressive line. So here. I think I've calculated that right. There's no in-between checks. There's no like checkmate threats. Oh, you could do this. No. Just my knight defends. It's an effective blockader. Yeah, I want to get a pass pawn over here somewhere. If I can. Oh, did I miscalculate? Rook here. You don't have any checks. If you take my queen, in between move. This is the Grunfeld. This is what it's full of. Here, you can't take my knight, you can't take my queen. And you can't take here, because my knight also defends it. That's a tactical error, right? What am I missing? Am I missing anything? So here, take, recapture. My queen is defended by the rook. Here, queen takes, check, king here, rook takes queen. I have 2 rooks, you have 1, and your rook's kind of passive. All right, I think that's the move. You can't take that pawn. I'm pretty sure you can't take that pawn. I didn't play this thinking, oh no, what happened? Without mindlessly, I need to rephrase my sentence. Language failure. I didn't play this just thinking, oh, I'm going to give that up for free. Yeah, I think this is a full rook, right? What else can you do? There's no way for you to attack my queen or king. So do you have to do this? So queen takes, I think I take with the knight. Oh no, maybe I'll take with the rook. Try and trade off a pair of rooks if I'm going to be material up. Yeah, so queen takes is probably forced. That pawn was poisoned. You can't take that pawn. All right, so take. All right, full rook up. So we're going to have to find a clean way to do this. All right. No, we're not. No, we don't. But fair enough. All right. This is why I want to play more Grunfeld lines, because this is the kind of thing that happens a lot in the Grunfeld. All right, I use Zen mode. I don't know who my opponent is. Wow, 2246. Yeah, I could tell from the opening they were strong. They're higher rated than me. All right. That's why I use Zen mode, because I don't know. All right. That was yeah. Anyway, so back to Zen mode. I messed up this opening. Yeah, d5, knight b6. Hold on, look at that. Look at the Masters database. Knight b6 wins 38% of games. Oh, all right, maybe I didn't mess up the opening. What? Why would that be the case? So a4, this is the kind of problem with putting the knight on b6, is you get a4, a5, pawn, pawn, and you have to deal with this sort of stuff. This rook is active, or you end up with pawn, pawn, and this pawn here gets attacked by a knight or something like this. All right. Knight c3, bishop g4. Bishop g4 is a top master move. d5, c6, top master move. Wow, this is not theory. Master played bishop d7. I took the knight. I don't know. Why would I not take the knight? What does the engine think here? Yeah, taking the knight is better according to the engine. Suits my playing style as well. CD, yeah. Okay, so someone did this. There is a master game still. Knight 8 d7. That's what I played. Castle, rook c8. Rook c8 was a master move. There are other options. Knight c4, knight e5. Yeah, we looked at both of those, didn't we? All right, we're doing all right. We're doing all right. Bishop f4. All right, so master game played d6. Both games. That's just giving up the pawn, right? Oh, it's not. It's here, here, and taking here, right? Knight c5. So what does the engine think of this line? So yeah, I thought I'd just take it. Why would I not just take it? Neither master took that pawn. Knight c5, defending this pawn. D takes, queen takes. I don't know. Take it. I don't know, your queen doesn't really want to be on that square, right? I have to worry about that pawn, don't I? Computer gambits it. So if you take bishop captures c3, which is not a move I would want to play. All right, now I understand why master plays this. So d takes here. And the other game here, take. What do you do? No, this one's better. At least you're going to get this here. Or maybe not immediately, but whatever. Bishop f4. Yeah. All right, 95. Bishop takes. Yeah, look at the score change with bishop takes. I did not think bishop takes was a good move. Here, here, here. Bishop takes. Apparently that was a good move. Here, here, here. Yeah, so that made sense to me. Not the computer's top move, but it is a good move. Rook fd8. Yeah, so I've been studying Grunfeld recently. I know we need to be active. So when I saw this, it's like everything is active. I thought, all right, that's a pretty solid position. At the same time, everything of white is active. So white should have a very solid position. Yeah, when I was thinking about this, yeah, I mentioned it in the video, right? I was like, there's kind of dynamic equality. Yeah, but preventing this pawn from defending the other pawn was an important theme, I think. Yeah, computer says c4 here. Yeah, c4, we calculated this line, right? So queen b3. Oh, that prevents me pawn pushing, but I think I'm going to do it anyway. d6. What can I take with my queen? Rook takes, e takes. Because that I need my queen to defend. Here I can defend here now. Bishop b7. Okay. Yeah, that's what it's like in Grunfeld lines. This is why I'm getting into the Grunfeld. Here, computer didn't like it that much. Rook d3. Yeah. I don't know, I thought, oh, it's Grunfeld, right? I'm meant to create a outside pass pawn. If I ever capture that pawn, then I can get my outside pass pawn going. Computer says h4. In these lines, you're like installing a pawn over here or something, I guess. I guess this also allows, prepares bishop here. That, yeah, it's just a tactical blunder. Yeah. But if you go into master games with the Grunfeld, you will see time and time again that masters are making tactical blunders. Like, at least according to the engine. Maybe not like that level of tactical blunder. Not in a Grandmaster game. But they were making lots of tactical errors, and you'll see it if you analyze even top level games. The engine will say question mark for like 5 different moves in Grunfeld lines. All right, what an interesting game. 96% accuracy. Yeah, I did feel like I was doing all right. Really, my opponent was doing fine except for that. They were fine if they just didn't take that poison pawn. Yeah. So if I get this opening again in the future, what should I actually do? c6. The computer says c6. I used to play that. I'm trying to get away from that. So this is correct. I don't know. It scores so well. Why does it score so well in master games? I feel it doesn't deserve to score so well, does it? Problem is, these pawns can't be supported by pawns. So in a lot of Grunfeld lines, so let's say here, take, pawn, here, knight, pawn. Maybe I'll castle first. Sorry, I've misplayed that. Bishop here, castle, knight, pawn. Now, so your pawns can replace these pawns, right? I don't know, castle, bishop, pawn push. And yeah, these pawns can do their thing. That's the wrong move order. I meant to do knight here, aren't I? Bishop, here. And now the pawns, like if I ever take, it's recaptured by a pawn. But in this particular line, you cannot do this. Yeah. Also, there's a fianchetto, white fianchetto to kingside as well, which does change it a lot. Yeah, so King's Indian. So why it's set up is what I play as white. I wouldn't play that. I would just castle. Yeah, castling is the top move. Castling, this is the Neo Grunfeld. Oh yeah, I remember watching a video about this. This is the Neo Grunfeld. So it does count as a Grunfeld. Yeah, castle. Knight b6. You do this before this is even played. Prophylactic. Knight b6. Knight c3. Knight c6. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really thrilled to get some experience in Grunfeld-like positions. I think This counts as a Neo Grunfeld, does it? I'm not sure. I'd have to look that up. All right, well, yeah, that was, I don't know, one of my better games. I didn't make any massive tactical errors nor positional errors that I can see. Computer doesn't like every single move of mine, but you know, yeah, I don't know. I think I played all right. And thanks to my opponent, Alex Has. And thanks to everyone for watching this video. I will see you in the next video. TTFN.